definitely going to be a good one today. We've seen Iowa get off the slow starts in the half as Ryder wins the tip. The big point of emphasis for the Hawkeyes is to get going early on. Pass from Rodriguez, batted away by Dembele. Stays in Ryder possession. Weeks over to Rodriguez. On the wing, double teamed by the two Moline players for the Hawkeyes. Ingram shot in and out, rebounded by Iowa.
Yeah, great decision by Rodriguez to throw it into the high post. When you face that double, you're going to turn and you have to make that mid-range jumper against Iowa.
And Bryce Sanford's first three of the day goes in and out. Ryder back at it. West Ingram on the wing. Gives it to Alvarez for three. That won't go. Dembele with the rebound.
That's too open for Alvarez. 47% from beyond the arc this season. And there's Peyton from the corner, off to a really good start. Made some critical plays down the stretch in the Quad Cities for this Hawkeye team, including one of the best lob plays to Owen Freeman you'll ever see.
Hawkeyes definitely want to do more of that today. They've got a lot of players on the team who can get up. Here's Brock Carton driving, passing out to Freeman on the wing. Didn't want to take the three, but he'll drive in. Post move, spin, and one. Hawkeyes get on the board first here in Iowa City.
Well, he just wrecked the Cougars the last time out. 8,000 fans came out to watch the Moline kids come back home and dominate. He just has that type of game. I want to see him take that three-point shot there, though, Joel. He's wide open. That's what the defense gives. As he plays against better competition, that's all they're going to allow him. He can shoot that three, but, man, he gets that deep around the rim. It's lights out.
Yeah, you mentioned shooting from three. As Freeman misses the free throw there, Freeman shooting 33% in the season so far. Definitely a step up from where he was last year. As Rodriguez drives in on Sanford, poked away by Harding. Harding running the floor. The layup, he'll get it in transition. Hawkeyes up 4.
Yeah, what a play by number 2. Great defense, gets the run out. He's the maestro. He's so exciting, lightning in a bottle, and he just makes plays like that all the time.
The Bronx now with the ball, wanting to score to keep this, get this back to a one-possession game. The toss inside Rodriguez, up and under, and he'll get the layup. Ryder's on the board now.
Great sign for Ryder. Use that momentum against Iowa. They're overplaying the passing lanes. Cut back door. Finish at the rim.
Freeman in the post.
Well, you just got to double that. I mean, you got to bring the double against big number 32, or he's going to have 40 in this game. No dig, no trap, no anything. I mean, he's not passing that out.
Yeah, that was too easy for him there. Already his 4th point of the night. Second field goal. Could be in for a good one here for Owen Freeman. The Bronx trying to work in the interior. Double teamed again by Freeman and Harding. And Harding going to get himself another steal. Up to Freeman. Kicks it out to Price Sanford. He'll get it. Big 3 there from Price.
Yeah, very unselfish play by Freeman. Good officiating. Not to get the flop. You know, just let that go. He kicks it out for the three-point shot. We keep playing. A nice transition. And the Hawkeyes believe they can run against this team. If they rebound, they can get out and run. Ryder, surprisingly not very good at getting back in transition.
Nice shot there on the interior by Tariq Ingram. The Hawkeyes love the run. They also love the shoot. They're in the top 10 nationally for three-pointers made per game. There's Owen Freeman. The shot from the elbow not going. Bronx will get possession as the ball goes out of bounds.
You look at the flop. There's the open kick. Price Sanford, that's what he's been doing his entire life. And the Sanford brothers just off to an amazing start. They put so much pressure on a defense. And the other day during shoot-around against Washington State, I mean, that's what their whole team was focused on the entire shoot-around. How do we stop those two? We've got to post them up, try to wear them down. But in transition, they were just consumed with getting a hand up on them, and it's a lot easier said than done.
Definitely is. There's good trap defense there by the Hawkeyes. Ryder's shot won't go. Down Sanford running in transition. He'll take it to the rim and get fouled on the way up. It'll be 2 at the line.
He comes in a phenomenal above-the-rim athlete. Later in the broadcast, we're going to talk about the best dunkers of all time in Iowa history. So everybody listening, start thinking about that, you know, going all the way back to the 80s. But number 7 at the top of the press, that three-quarter court defense, helped win the game for Iowa the other day. He just disrupts. He's got length, athletic ability, and he may catch an oop in this game and posterize somebody. He is that special, and he takes this team to another level defensively, can guard all 5 positions. Here he is, right at the front of it.
And he had a rough game the last time he played Ryder last season when he was with Manhattan. He only scored 2 points from his 0 for 8, so he's certainly looking to do much more today for the Hawkeyes. Alvarez drives in on Price Sanford. The lay will go in over Sanford's stretched out arm.
Just a very physical play by Alvarez there. Just lowered his shoulder, was not going to be denied. That was pretty good defense, a lot better offense.
Troy now on the wing, inside to Dembele. Dembele working. Get the foul called on the way up. He'll have 2.
Foul call number 33,
Well, here's Dembele. He faces up. He has the ability to hit that shot. Lowers his shoulder, and Ingram's like, who was that on? But I think it's good about Dembele. He can guard 3 or 4 positions as a 5-man. He also can hit the spot up 3. So he's just going to continue to get better and better. And things are shaping up well for this Hawkeye team early in the season. They've got to take care of business tonight. You got Utah State the end of the week. They've got good metrics. Obviously, Iowa State, top 5 team in the country coming in. So it's nice to see those newcomers healthy, growing in the system. And here's Traore right at the front, trying to get this going east and west, and this is what the doctor ordered.
Traore with the steal inside the Freeman. Freeman regains control, takes it to the rim. And it's going to get called for a double-double there. Or a double dribble, I mean. Kind of looks like it might have been poked out, but the refs say it was not. Ryder has possession, working it up on this Iowa press. And here's Rodriguez now on the wing. Inside the Ingram, Freeman on him.
Yeah.
Ingram with the leg.
He gives you close to 10 points a game, 5 rebounds. He got 5 blocks on the season, and that's what you have to do against Owen Freeman. You just have to attack guys like him and try to get him in foul trouble.
Sanford's shot there just a bit off, a little out to the right side of the hoop. He's grabbing at his wrist a little bit. Take a tape off.
That's what I always did when I shot an air ball. You know, took the wrist tape off, shook my hand. He is so good. Not many guys can stuff a stat sheet like him. He's always on triple-double alert. He had an elite defender on him the other night, but his conditioning and basketball IQ came through huge for the Hawkeyes down the stretch, and so glad that he came back, and he's on our team.
That was Freeman getting blocked. A big play there by West Ingram. Ryder showing some fight early, down 5. As Price Sanford pokes that one out of bounds.
We talk about the keys for the Bronx. Transition defense is just critical, right? So far they're surviving that. There's the great pass, but an elite block. And then when you come on the road, and they've been winning on the road, but when you're going to play against a team with superior talent, you've got to hit 12, 15 threes. And Iowa is aware of that. For the Hawkeyes, they want to take advantage of their size and athletic ability, rebound it, don't run out too quickly, and then when they get it, they want to turn and fly down the court, which they're so good at doing.
Freeman called for the foul there, but the Hawkeyes will be relying on Freeman on that rebounding part. He had 11 against Washington State.
And they had such a huge front line as well. So, it's one thing to have 11 against smaller teams, but that was a legit front line.
Sure was. There's a big win for the Hawkeyes early on. We see Cooper Koch out there and Drew Thelwell getting their first minutes of the game. Here's Ingram from 3. Won't go. Bryce Sanford with the rebound.
Great defensive possession for Cooper Koch. He gets stuck on the big guy on the switch. He fights him on the post. Then he comes out. He shows, and he knows he's not going to get hurt with the three-point shot. So he did 3 things well in one possession at the defensive end.
He won't get it done on the offensive end as that goes off the back iron. Now Cruz running in transition. Thelwell might have got a finger on that one, but he's running it back the other way. Little out of control, trying to save it, but it will go out of bounds. Ryder takes possession.
Here's Thelwell. What a great addition, and he has gotten so much better in the last couple weeks. Good job pushing the ball, and just, Iowa hasn't quite solved their turnover problems early in the season. It's well documented that they're usually top 5 in the country in assist-to-turnover ratio. They had 10 in the first half. In Moline, only 5 assists. I don't know if that's ever happened before, but that's something they've got to get better at quickly, and I think they will. It's just in the water around here.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
John Deere Combine with Kyle Denning's dad and assistant coach, Brent Denning, climbed up in there, and it was like a nice luxury apartment. That's how nice those things are these days. Here's that pressure defense again. You got to get it side to side. Somebody's got to flash middle. And you got to make this pressure defense pay.
Thelwell almost coming up with that ball. Rodriguez, though, able to handle it.
Big possession right here. You've got to find a way to put a couple easy baskets together, get stops, and get back in this game.
A miss there. Sanford to Sanford. Price with the rebound. Peyton now with the ball. Over to Thelwell on the wing. Inside. Traore with the easy layup. There's that easy bucket you said Ryder needed. Instead, Traore is going to get the wide open layup to go in.
Yeah, we featured those 2 guys off the top for a reason, and obviously Traore was injured. We weren't quite sure what he could do. Thelwell had a hard time adjusting to Fran's system. You come in, you're expecting to play heavy minutes. Brock Harding earned the starting job. Thelwell didn't pout. He didn't quit. He didn't come in and complain. He just said, how can I get better? And really, over the last couple weeks, he has taken the next step. Nice move.
A good move there by Ingram. That's his 6th point of the day. And there's Traore going in, getting a rebound there. Back up and fouled. He'll head to the free throw line now.
Well, you can see Ingram, number 33 for Ryder. He's going to have a monster year. He just plays with physicality. And here's Thelwell. Again, we talked about how do you get fouled. He went up right there with the small pump fake just to get fouled. I mean, he knew he wasn't going to be able to finish with the hit he was going to take. It's just a skill that you figure out the older that you get. And just can't say enough about his quick development, just getting back in shape and his impact on that game the other night. It was just massive there in the last couple minutes at the top of that press. Old Brad Lohaus used to do that, Wade Looking Bill. Obviously, the beloved Chris Street.
Definitely, the Hawkeyes really missed him, really, the first couple of games when he was out, and he's came in and made an instant impact for him. Press defense working its magic, trapping Ryder, making it hard to move down the court. Zion Cruz now on the wing, working against Dembele. The jumper over Dembele, and Traore will go.
That's about all Iowa is allowing, that mid-range jumper. And, if you're a defense, you can live with that.
Yeah, not a good quality shot there. There's Traore going for the poster. He'll get fouled on the way up. And he'll have another 2 at the free throw line.
Well, he's going to make this broadcast easy for us with all these highlights. Look at this. We were hyping him up, and he takes the shot right in the arm. Ricky Davis, right? Anybody thinking about him as one of the all-time dunkers? Tyler Smith, remember that guy? He could throw down, transferred to Tennessee, I believe. I was talking to Bobby Hansen before the game. He said Vince Brookins was an incredible, sneaky dunker, back in the day on those elite teams. And Bobby Hansen said, wanted to let Hawkeye fans know Vince Brookins going in for a pretty major surgery in the next couple weeks to keep him in your prayers. And Vince beloved around this area, but some more. Al Lorenzen, when he was healthy, could throw down. And Tom Kakert mentioned Eric May. He was a rim rocker.
That 10-second violation there for the Rider Bronx. Another turnover early for the Hawkeyes.
Jared Uthoff, Aaron White, Dev Marble, they were so good for Fran at the front of this press, and they got the 10-second call again. I don't know how many they've gotten on the season, but the one against the Cougars might have won them the game. It's an amazing press that's not reckless at all, but it makes good players do foolish things and forget about time and possession.
Seemed like they had 4 or 5 against Southern too earlier this season. Sanford with a nice move inside. That'll be his 11th point already today.
That was just outstanding. I mean, just so physical. Took it right to the paint. Little baby hook.
It's what McCaffrey has become accustomed to seeing from one of his top players.
Look at this, 4 or 5 drills, crab dribble, no double. Goes right over the shoulder of the smaller defender, and he's got a complete game. I cannot wait to see him against the Cyclones. You know what I mean? That is going to be an electric night, and he's the type of guy who delivers big with the game on the line.
Yeah, and Iowa State having to come into Iowa City this year, it's definitely a game that I'm sure many of them have circled. There's a good pass there, delivers to Alvarez.
Well, Jay Alvarez has been impressive in this game. I mean, he is shooting lights out from 3 on the season, but when the defense extends into the passing lane, he cuts back door.
He's staying active. Bryce Sanford misses that 3, but Alvarez, 3 isn't falling so far yet for him, but you said he's doing his work. Backdoor cuts, 3 for 5 from the field, 6 points. Rebound by Sanford. He'll get it poked out. And a big dunk there by Butayev.
He moves very well for a 7'2 center, and he's also going to have a good year. But again, Iowa will give up that 15-foot jumper and live with the results.
Traore going for that loose ball, but he will get called for the foul on Burton. Flash Burton kind of lost that dribble there off his foot. Thelwell will come in for Traore. Of course, the Hawkeyes with the big win against Washington State, but now you got Rider, you got USC Upstate. What do you use these games against maybe non-Power 5 opponents do for you during the year?
Well, I think for Iowa, this schedule early in the season has allowed the newcomers to acclimate to this system, right? I don't blame them for not going out right away and playing against elite teams. Thelwell had to adjust. Traore's been injured. Brock Harding taking over the point guard responsibilities. So you learn your system. You get the plays mastered. Cooper Koch needed some reps. And now you get the huge win against Washington State. You come back against Rider. You get off to a pretty good start. It gets a little tougher, but the guys will be a little more battle-tested as well.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
Minutes in this game for Rider.
Rider helped out there by Peyton Sanford's miss. That's his second air ball of the day. He'll have to figure that one out here as the time continues to tick down in the first half. Stolen away by Bryce Sanford. He'll throw it up to his brother Peyton, and he'll take it to the rim. Off the glass and off the iron and back the other way.
I thought he might have been hit a little on that one, but that was an aggressive move to the rack. Iowa gets back. There's a nice block by Owen.
Another mid-range jump shot, this time by Butayev. And now the foul on Brock Harding at the top. Hawkeyes in the bonus. Harding will go 1-1 at the line.
Now this is what we call a hostage dribble. You know, you kind of get the big in your back pocket, and you see that a lot on pick and roll. But we talked about learning how to get fouled. It's just a smart play. The 7-2 guys stumbling down the court, trying to match up. Who do I have? And Brock just, you know, steps in front of him, slams on the brakes. He runs over him. You get a couple free throws.
These free throws big for the Hawkeyes. They haven't scored since the 5-minute, 30-second mark here in this first half. Going on a bit of a drought. Both teams really, both the Hawkeyes and the Bronx, one of their last 7 as Harding makes the first one.
Iowa with 11 fast break points, and we talk about Ryder having to sprint back on defense. They just have not been able to get it done, and they've been – Iowa's let them off the hook a little bit with these three-point shots. What's Iowa from 3 so far? 2 for 11, right? Several of those have been wide open.
As well as free throws, shooting 61% here early on. It's definitely been a struggle for the Hawkeyes so far this year. A big dunk there by McCabe. Try to get some energy for these Bronx as they look to battle back. 10-point lead for the Hawkeyes.
That's just an aggressive, nasty play by McCabe. Coming into Carver Hawkeye Arena.
Freeman responding with the and one inside.
Now Owen Freeman right there stares him down, and he's got to get that out of his game, right? You could do that in the 90s and 2000s. So here he goes right up here. He takes it. Now watch him. He goes up and gets in his face. Now, the other night at the Mark of the Quad Cities, when he did that after dunking, he got the technical foul and had to go sit down. So he's got to mature at this level because you can't do that stuff anymore, Joel. And it's a point of emphasis, and every official around the country is calling that. If you just glance at a guy after you make a play. So that's going to come back to haunt Iowa. He's just going to have to release that, turn his head, run the other way, and celebrate with his teammates. I get it. You make a play and you want somebody to know about it, but they just don't allow it anymore.
A good play there by Ingram. Brings this lead down to an 11-point game. It's interesting because Freeman infamously does not cuss at all. You talk to his girlfriend, Taylor McCabe. He's not one to cuss. Brock Harding said he never has been. And it's Brock Harding with the big 3 for the Hawkeyes. Iowa out to their biggest lead of the day, 14.
Nice job by Brock Harding. Taking advantage of the situation, and Matt Gaten's the assistant coach for Iowa on his feet, was celebrating. Now Fran McCaffrey cannot believe that call. And there's the kick out. There's the step back. Just all the young guards have that these days. It's just incredible. What was that James Harden step back? It's not a foul anymore. Obviously, you know, Caitlin Clark in this arena did it better than anybody. That step back she had, she could cover 5 yards with one step and just drill it.
Definitely the best shooter to ever step on this floor. Brock Harding in the way of that pass, deflecting it out of bounds.
Which, by the way, speaking of Caitlin, when are these signature shoes going to come out? Like, Christmas is coming up. I got about 6 pair ordered. Every person in the state wants a pair. What isn't, you know, supply and demand? Like, what is going on? When are these coming out?
Exactly. I think it should be specifically for Hawkeye fans, honestly.
Well, there you go. Just sell them here. But at what time does the most famous athlete in the country not have her shoe come out?
Yeah, exactly. It's got to be soon. It's got to be coming up.
Come on, I'm gonna call her dad later and get the insight. I'll announce it maybe the next game.
Yeah. Maybe they'll release them out to first, like, 5,000 fans or something that come up.
5,000? You mean 5 million? Unbelievable. Big Ingram, right? He's had a good first half, hasn't he? He's altered some shots. He's battled Freeman, which is really hard to do. You know, he's kept his team around, you know, just staying within it. You can see why this Rider team's going to have a good year and why they're not afraid to compete on the road.
with this free throw. Ingram could go into double digits already in this first half.
Well, how about Weeks, though, has 0 points in 11 minutes and has taken 1 shot. Look, that's going to be a point of emphasis at halftime. They're going to find a way to get him 3 or 4 shots in the first 5 minutes.
Now, Iowa, when they go in, they're going to want to see what's been working and continue to do that. As that's their leading scorer, they've had to rely on Ingram, who is already above his average for this season. He averages 8.3. As Sanford on the wing. Still won't be able to find it. Owen Freeman comes up the rebound, puts it back in. Gonna get a timeout on the floor after that one. Hawkeyes lead 40-26. Especially coming out of a team like Ryder, who's struggled over the past few years. Maybe underrate them a little bit. But Hawkeyes, as Brock Harding pokes it away from Weeks. Iowa will get the chance for the last shot here in the first half.
Well, my text messages are lighting up with the all-time Iowa dunker, but just be patient, everybody at home. It's coming up in the second half. We'll let you know who that is. We haven't forgotten.
Brock Harding with the time ticking down.
Nice.
Shot from the free throw line won't go. Sanford covers. This shot just off. But we will get back underway here in the second half. Brock Harding with the ball for the Hawkeyes. Iowa up 16, 40-26. Freeman going up. And one yet again. Owen Freeman dominating the paint.
Iowa's so good at this. It's a two-man game. You clear out the other side with three-point shooters. So, look, the defense can't load up. Side pick-and-roll action. Brock can drive it to the basket, hit the mid-range jumper, or drop it off with that little pocket pass to the big fella. Great play coming out of the half. If you don't have shooters around you, you can't run that two-man game and clear out. It's when you have the shooters, the defense has to help on the other side and you get open looks.
Defense for the Hawkeyes. Some good defense there on the inbound. Ryder getting close to that 5-second call, but they'll get it across midcourt. Rodriguez up top running the offense. TJ Weeks inside.
Nice.
And blocked by Dembele. Rodriguez with the rebound. The mid-range jumper won't go. And a putback. West Ingram.
A lot of good thanks for Ryder on that possession. The great pass. Give Dembele credit for blocking his shot, but then they clean up the mess with a two-fister.
Owen Freeman's pass will go right behind Sanford. The Bronx now running. Weeks for three. No. Weeks stepped 4 or 5 feet in front of that three-point line and let it loose.
Look, I can live with that shot, right? This is what he has to get himself going. I mean, he's a great player. Look at this putback. Nice job. The timing of it, just perfect. Ingram, an incredible athlete, 6'6", 7 points a game, and none on the season better than that one for him.
The Bronx going to need to get him going as that ball going out of bounds on the errant pass. If they want to stay in this one, if they want to get back in it, TJ Weeks going to be the one to do it.
Yeah, when you're a scorer, look, sometimes you have to launch a few early. We talked about that going into the half. What, do you take one shot in the first half? You just can't do that. Even if you have to force a couple, you got to get yourself into the game mentally.
And he's got scoring in his blood. His father, Tyrone Weeks, he was a 1,000-point scorer at UMass, where TJ Weeks was for 4 years before transferring here this season.
I mean, we just haven't seen TJ's game yet. Now, give Iowa credit. But right now he's got Owen Freeman. It's a mismatch. He's got to get it back and go one-on-one against the Iowa center.
Instead, the throw will go off the hands of Alvarez and out of bounds. Another turnover for the Bronx here early.
You just got to sense the situation and the mismatches. TJ's got Owen Freeman on him. Now, Owen Freeman is an elite defender around the rim, but a foot outside the three-point line, TJ would have the advantage, and they just didn't find him.
Another Hawkeye offense looking to extend their lead. Brock Harding working around Dembele's screen. Now it's Sanford driving in. It'll be knocked out. And a turnover here, this time for the Bronx. Rodriguez driving in, up, over. Freeman won't happen. Peyton Sanford with the slam on the other side. The Hawkeye press engulfing the Rider offense. On the wing is Alvarez. Up top to Weeks. He's got Price Sanford on him. Back to Alvarez with Freeman. Mismatch on Alvarez there. Now Weeks on Dembele. He'll step back for three. That'll go off the rim and off. Hawkeyes with possession. Sanford driving. Dumped out. Price. Got it. The brother connection for the Hawkeyes.
Well, great job by Dembele to switch out on Weeks with the shot clock running down. And then Peyton Sanford makes that happen. You get dribble penetration, 2 feet in the paint, doesn't force a tough shot, kicks it out to his brother. And, man, that's got to be the greatest feeling ever, right? To play with your brother in the Big Ten wearing the black and gold. That's incredible.
Of course, in high school, in 2021, they had a loaded team. Tucker DeVries, Omaha Baloo as well on that team. But Peyton and Price bringing a state championship as there's Peyton.
Oh, Peyton. Was she going to lay that in?
Right when we're talking about dunkers, too, on this broadcast. He's got to show off for us.
Come on. He promised me he was going to throw one down. Well, it doesn't get any easier than that one.
Burton's three won't go.
Nice.
Offensive rebound. Alvarez puts it back in there. That ends a 7-0 run for the Hawkeyes. Owen Freeman has it looking to get that one back. Tipped away by West Ingram and out of bounds.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
If I would be ready to go, they were injured. You know, Fran McCaffrey's having to rotate different guys. You got illnesses, but these guys have gotten a lot better over the last couple weeks, and you have to give the staff a ton of credit. It's one thing to have a practice. It's another thing to put a good scout together and make your guys better, and that's why they're undefeated.
And I think a lot of people coming into the season didn't really know what to expect with this Hawkeye team.
Right.
But they are showing that they can play some really good ball.
Well, look, it just seems like no matter who they put out there, you know, that pressure defense is going to be there, and they're going to score 80-plus points most nights, and you have to match that. And I'll tell you what, these managers this year are a lot better than the ones I had in the 90s. Brian Waller, Benji Schroeder, those guys, I couldn't even get a guy to rebound for me. I mean, they just thought they were on full-ride scholarship. It's unbelievable. Slappy Collins.
Drury inside. He'll grab his own miss and get it to fall, flex it on his way down. Hawkeyes not able to force the 10-second turnover there as Bronx able to break that press. McCabe with it at the top, guarded by Koch. Over to Young. Young with one of his first minutes of the game. He's only had 4. There's Thelwell poking it out in transition. Up and under, a little spin. Thelwell with the layup.
Oh, Thelwell, he is an outstanding defender, and with Josh Dix out, he needed to step up in this game at the defensive end, and he's delivered.
Thelwell 2 points, 5 assists, and 2 steals today in his 17 minutes of action so far.
I'll tell you what, he's not a reckless defender. You know, he doesn't go for steals, jump out and pat. Look, he just stays in the gaps, right on cue. Almost came up with another one. And that's all Thelwell. That's staying in the stance, staying in your gaps, not taking risks, swarming the ball. Look at him. Yeah, he deserves a standing ovation. There he is.
There we go.
I love it.
Trying to get them on their feet.
I love it.
A couple fans coming up to it.
How clutch were his threes the other night. Hawkeye fans appreciate that. Man, he's so much better than I thought he'd be.
He's been a big part of this team so far. I'm
No
sure
doubt.
a lot of fans really wish they had him for 4 years instead of just the one.
Yeah, that's right. That's rare these days.
That will feeds it inside to Traore. He's got McCabe on him. The two. Not going to go. Rebounded by Ingram.
Yeah, probably settled on that one. Matt Gaydens talked before the game to me. He said, hey, we don't want to settle against this defense. We can break them down.
Alvarez with the three. The first one of the game for the Bronx.
What did we say? They'd have to hit 12 to 15 of them. And let's give credit to Iowa's defense on that. And also, they missed a few open ones.
Definitely been a tough day behind the arc for Ryder. Had a tough start to the season. Shooting the ball. Only 33% from three. As Koch will get one, they'll fall for the Hawkeyes. Hawkeyes are on the other end of the spectrum there. They're shooting near 40% coming into this game. They're second in the Big Ten and top 10 in the nation on three-pointers made. Here's a drive from Alvarez. They'll try to roll that one in there. It won't fall. Now it's Stanford running. Traore underneath the hoop and up and in.
Oh, how about Cooper Koch? All right, the follow-through was perfect. He hits the three, comes down, gets the defensive stop, rebounds it. I think he threw that outlet with his left hand. Starts the fast break, leads to good action at the other end. Now there's the kick out. When he holds that follow-through, I mean, he's shooting 70% from three. Gets back on defense, makes the play. Nice job.
J. Alvarez now at the line after the foul. He's got 11 points, 5 rebounds so far today. 5 for 11 from the field. He's been one of the better shooters for the Bronx. A few bright spots, him and Tariq Ingram. First one will go. And he'll cash in on both. Here's Thowell now. Around the Freeman screen. He'll try and feed it to him. Pass a little behind. Freeman won't get that one to fall, but he'll head back to the line.
Due to time constraints, we now
Little
move ahead
run
in
here
the
for the
action.
Bronx. 3 consecutive field goals made, 4 of the last 5.
Did Thowell get that blocked, or did he just miss that? I don't know what happened there. You got to get AJ to cut a highlight of that.
From my angle, it kind of looked like he got blocked.
Oh,
but
did
I'm
it?
not
Okay,
sure.
yeah, I heard you say that.
Here's West Ingram off to the wing. It's Young. Mismatch down low. And Byard will get the layup.
Wow, that's just textbook offense by Byard. You see the big get doubled, and you either flash to the open spot of the three or you get right to the rim on the backdoor cut. Absolutely outstanding timing. Their family's so proud of them, but really special night for both of those guys. And Peyton led the league in three-point shooting, so you know what he can do with that. But his defense, passing, and his attitude coming back this year has just been an example of what it means to be a Hawkeye, to wear the black and gold. And he just, honestly, he'd have been miserable had he gone in the second round, played in the G League. It's just not worth it for most guys to give this up for that.
Yeah, he said back when he made a decision, his heart was still in Iowa City. It's Carter Kingsbury banks it in.
on their feet in Ponca, Nebraska, let me tell you that.
Kingsbury in for his first action of the day, and he drains a 3 there for the Hawkeyes. Young trying to answer. Off the rim, rebound, Traore. Traore working inside, grabbing his own rebound again, but missing, going a little over. The Bronx with the ball. Here's Rodriguez from the elbow. Right over the hand of Brock Harding, finds the bottom of the net.
Well, Iowa heads to Kansas City, taking on Utah State, a very solid basketball team out of the Mountain West. Won the Mountain West last year, but just a few players returning, new coaching staff. You get down there to Kansas City on Thursday, get some steaks, some potatoes, get well rested. There's Carter Kingsbury calling glass. There's an old number 14, brings back great memories. Chris Kingsbury used to hit him from deep back when it wasn't popular to take that shot. Just pull up, killing people. But speaking of steaks, you know, I was at the Notre Dame game years ago. In their media room, they had steaks for the media, right? So I think I was at Creighton the other night. They've got pizza, and I got to talk to Beth Getz about that. We have popcorn here.
That's it.
That's it.
Popcorn,
like
fountain drinks.
Come on, we got to have at least some sandwiches, don't we? Can we get somebody to sponsor that? Can I get on some sort of committee? You know, just trying to solve problems around here.
Exactly. That's what we need here.
Just some pizza? I'm going to starve before the game.
Exactly. Had to go up and grab some hot dogs.
All right. Beth's going to have to take care of that.
Here's Burton driving in for the Bronx. Kicked out. 3. Off the front. Rebound Bronze. Evan Bronze. Saw him get a free throw earlier. Finding first action. He transferred in from Belmont last year. Here's Thelwell. Working down low. Out to Kingsbury. Thought about it. Shot clock winding down. Kicks it to Cook. Cook off the front iron. Cook, another player with some roots in the Hawkeye histories. Now here's Rodriguez working on Bronze. Riley Mulvey in the game. He's getting some action. First time of the day. Time ticking down. Hawkeyes look like they're going to go ahead and win this 183 to 58 here as Riley Mulvey grabs the rebound to secure the game. Buzzer sounds. Celebration ensues. Here in Iowa City, the Hawks are 5-0.